You know when you open a company's annual report and it feels like you're trying to read an alien language? It's just this wall of numbers and jargon that seems impossible to understand. Well, today we're going to crack that code. We're going to pull back the curtain on corporate finance, and we'll do it using a real company, ABB India Limited. Let's jump right in.
So, this is what hits you first. It looks like total chaos, right? A random jumble of labels and numbers that makes your eyes glaze over. It almost feels like it was designed to be confusing. But what if I told you that hidden inside all of this is a really compelling story? Because that's exactly what a financial statement is. Seriously, it's not some boring, static document. It's more like a company's diary, or maybe a detective's clue sheet. It tells you everything, their wins, their losses, how healthy they are, and where they might be headed. And today, we're going to learn how to read it. Okay, so we're going to start with the first of three key documents. And the best way to think about this one is as the company's annual report card. It's called the income statement. Just like your report card summed up your grades for a semester, the income statement measures how a company did over a certain period of time, usually a quarter or a full year. It answers the most basic question in business. After everything was said and done, and all the bills were paid, did we actually make any money? Let's look at a super simple version for ABB India's 2022. The logic here is beautiful. It's so straightforward. First, you've got revenue. That's all the money that came in the door from sales. Then you subtract all the expenses. You know, the cost of materials, paying salaries, marketing, the whole shebang. And what's left over? That's your profit. And for ABB India in 2022, that final number, the bottom line, was a profit of 1,026 crores. This is the big one. This number tells us that for that year in the game of business, they were definitely winning. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. That revenue number, it doesn't just come from one single thing. This chart breaks it down for us. You can see their business is split into different areas, like electrification, motion, robotics. This gives you a way better picture of how the company is actually structured and where its money truly comes from. So if the income statement is like a video showing the action over a whole year, we also need a photograph, a snapshot of the company's health at one specific moment. And for that, we turn to our second clue sheet, the balance sheet. The balance sheet is always for a single day, like December 31st. It's not telling you a story over time, it's telling you right now on this day, what's the situation, what do we own, and what do we owe to other people. And the whole thing is built on one simple, unbreakable rule. It's the golden rule of accounting. Everything a company owns, that's its assets, has to equal where the money came from to get those assets. And there are only two places money can come from. Either you borrowed it, which are your liabilities, or the owners put it in themselves, and that's the equity. It has to always balance out. And check this out. Here's how it works with their real numbers. On the last day of 2022, ABB India had assets worth about 9,318 crores. Now, if you add up what it owed, its liabilities, and the owner's stake, the equity, what do you get? Yep, 9,318 crores. It balances to the exact number. Pretty cool, right? This number, the total assets, just gives you a sense of the scale of this company. This represents all the resources, the factories, the cash to the bank, the inventory, all the technology that the company has in its arsenal to go out and make more money in the future. All right, so we've got the report card, we've got the snapshot, but there's one more piece of the puzzle, and it's absolutely crucial. We have to follow the actual money. For that, we need our third and final document, the cash flow statement. There's a famous saying in the world of finance, and you have to remember this. A company can show a big profit on paper, but if it doesn't have actual physical cash to pay its employees or its suppliers, it's going to fail. Profit is an idea, an accounting concept. Cash is real. It's the money in the bank. Honestly, the easiest way to think about the cash flow statement is that it's just the company's bank statement for the whole year. It completely ignores all the accounting opinions and just follows the cold, hard cash. Where did cash come from and where did it go? That's it. And it breaks down all that movement into three main trails. First, you've got cash from operations. That's the money from their main day-to-day business. Second is cash from investing, like buying a new factory or selling an old building. And third, cash from financing. That's money from taking out a loan or selling shares to investors. So, after you track all the cash coming in and going out from all three of those activities for the entire year, What was the net result for ABB India? Well, their cash pile grew by 608 crores. That is a fantastic sign of health. It means they ended the year with a lot more actual cash than they started with. Okay, we've gathered our clues, we've looked at the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. Now it's time for the fun part. Let's put it all together and see the story that these numbers have been trying to tell us. And boom, here it is. This is that aha moment. When you just plop the revenue from their income statement over the last few years, the story just jumps off the page. Look at that, from around 6,900 crores in 2021 up to over 8,500 in 2022, and then smashing past 10,000 crores in 2023. This isn't just a list of data anymore, is it? This is a story about powerful, consistent growth. So what's the story we just read? Well, the income statement told us that sales are growing and they're growing strong. The balance sheet showed us that the company is built on a really solid foundation of assets. And the cash flow statement proved that this isn't just paper profit. They're generating real, hard cash. That's a very, very good story. You see what you just did? That wasn't some complex financial analysis. You just learned how to read. You took what looks like a secret code and you turned it into a simple, easy-to-understand story. You now have the basic tools to decode the story of pretty much any business out there. And that's the real power here. This isn't just about ABB India. You now have a key that can unlock the story behind any company you're curious about. A huge tech company, a car maker, even your favorite local coffee shop. The numbers are out there, and they're just waiting to tell their story. The only question is, which one are you going to read next?